The lakes region is surrounded by natural beauty, and Steele Hill Resort, located in Sanborn, New Hampshire, is a primary example of the ecological magnificence displayed. Many individuals who visit Steele Hill admire the organic setting of the resort, enjoying the spectacular views and appreciating the enriched landscape. The 500 acres of property provide a habitat to multiple species of plant and animals, many of which can be observed on the miles of hiking trails and around the forest edges. A crucial asset to the wildlife on property is the fresh body of water located at the heart of the resort. The Onsite pond dates back to the early 1900s, where it was once known as a watering hole for the livestock of the third largest dairy farm in New England. The pond was an asset to the Steele Hill farm and subsequent owner Neil Smith. Today, the pond is still deemed a highlight of the property, measuring at 330 feet long, 115 feet wide, and 20 feet deep. What was once a main source of hydration for cows is now considered home to various organisms including amphibians, wet-scaled vertebrate, and aquatic plants, to name a few. During the warmer months, the pond serves as a lively habitat for the thriving wildlife it sustains. In the springtime, you can observe the pond surge with life visually and audibly. Canadian geese announce their arrival back up north while flying overhead, honking loudly. The American bullfrogs begin their bellowing croaks, and songbirds perch amongst the blooming trees, vocalizing with their melodious calls. After a long cold winter, guests appreciate the warm weather by viewing the various animals at the resort. Waterfowl like ducks and geese, as well as wading birds such as the great blue heron, return in the spring and enjoy nutritious meals of aquatic plants, grass, earthworms, small fish, tadpoles, and crawfish. The pond is stocked for catch and release fishing, and each spring there is a shipment of 8 to 10 inch rainbow trout delivered by a local fish farm. There are various activities for resort guests to take part in at the pond, including frog catching and fishing derbies. The wetland habitat is the perfect spot for a relaxed educational vacation experience, where one can simply sit and observe the landscape and surrounding wildlife. There are opportunities to learn about the life cycle of frogs, from eggs to tadpoles to froglets, then adult frogs. Watch the painted turtles bask in the sun on the rock's edges to absorb the vital UV rays as an attempt to raise their body temperatures. Visitors are able to gain an in-depth understanding of pond plants that grow around and in the water at different zones, including bog plants, marginal plants, deep marginal plants, oxygenating plants, and floating plants. In the winter months, after the birds migrate south and the frogs and turtles go into a state of hibernation, the pond will begin to freeze over. Once the ice top is thick enough, the pond converts to an ice skating rink for the guests' enjoyment in the winter wonderland. Skaters enjoy playing pickup games of hockey or practicing their figure eights while gliding across the ice top. No matter the season, the pond can be an enjoyable experience for all.